Hey everyone, it's Apache here and welcome back to another episode of Enigmatica 2 Expert Mode. Now, it's been a long time since I've recorded an episode and I am sorry about that. I have had a huge amount of things on over the course of January which have led me astray from this. A fair few things I'll talk about in today's episode, but I have realised something over the course of the last month. Nathan's been playing on here a lot. He's made a huge advancement. You can see that this landscape over here has changed a huge amount. He's even got a windmill over there I haven't actually seen yet, so we won't spoil anything for me quite yet until I've seen that episode. However, I've got a real problem on this server at the moment, and that is inventory space. Yeah, it's getting a bit crazy, and in here we've got loads of chests which were actually organised at some point but have now become just dump chests, and we've got loads of stuff in here. These are now just dump chests, and then up here that's now just a dump chest. These two are now just dump chests, so we are going to have to get organised and actually get something going for proper storage, and then for kind of a longer term storage area which will eventually become digitalized. So I think I know where I want this. I'm going to move slightly away from town because I've realised something about me and Minecraft. I find it difficult working in buildings that have already been constructed. I've never really liked just taking over a village and like a vanilla village and living in a vanilla village because there's never enough space. And this windmill, although it looks very nice, it's very decorative, it's been built with vanilla in mind. And by that I mean the outside of it is really nice, it's decorative, it's structured, it looks brilliant. However, on the inside it's not functional in the slightest. We have 3x3 rooms or 5x5 rooms which aren't big enough to swing a cat. I mean, literally, if you could actually pick up a cat in this room and swing it around, it would hit every single wall. So we're obviously not that big in there. But just over here we have this nice lake here. And so I've been coming over here, you can see the lava lake on the map over there, just down on this little bit of a smaller lake here. So this is the entrance to the cave that I've been using. And then over here we have this lava lake here, we have a small little lake there, we have a bigger lake here, and just over here we have a rise. And so what I'm actually thinking of doing is building a relatively big structure up here on this rise here. Not exactly too sure where it is going to be, but it's going to be over here somewhere, and that means I will have my own custom built structure, probably actually just here, because then I can have it leading out onto the lake. I can actually have a little bit of a jetty if I want, so I can make a little fishery area, a little boating area, maybe even do a canal out to the ocean somewhere. So that is my plan. That's what we're going to be getting on with for the next couple of episodes. I have been working through a couple of little things on the few minutes I have been able to get on to this pack over the last few weeks. And I'll show you the progress that we've made. However, just to show you what we're going to be doing over the next few weeks, over the next few episodes, we're building a nice large house, functional house for modded, over in this area just here. So we have got a fair few quests to go through, quests completed in here, so we can have a look at these. I've been through a fair few of these. I've upgraded my pickaxe to manilian. So we can get the cobalt one here, which we will go for. Oh, I need an axe, so I think invisible auto smelt when we don't want that. This evil aura one will probably be the best for that, and I'll make an axe out of that. That'll be good. So we can go back, and then we have the manilian one as well. This is prosperous and this is elemental. I'm going to go for prosperous because I believe this gives us the ability to potentially get what we call the shards that we need, the prosperity shards, and I believe it allows you to have a chance to get those prosperity shards from using the shovel. So I'm hoping that's what it is. The emerald one, elemental, I don't really know what that does, but I'm definitely going to go for a Prudentium one. That seems like a really good one to go for. And we can't get this next harvest level 9 up until we are at least partway through mechanism, because it uses one of the mechanism alloys, which is this Osgoglas, whatever that is. So yeah, that is a mechanism alloy, which we can't get to for a fair while yet. Within the gates, we've made the forestry sturdy casing here, and I'll show you that in a minute. For this, I'm actually going to get the aqueous accumulator here, because that will allow us a good source of water, and that's that for there. In the immersive industrial craft, I haven't really done anything else with that. Forestry here, we have the forestry bit, so we'll go for the first one there and claim that. And I've also made the carpenter, and we'll get the first one from there as well. In immersive engineering, I have made the blast furnace, so we'll grab that one, and hope that has gone through. Let's have a look. We have 3 of these loot chests now. Go back in and back. Yes, that's that one completed. Formcraft, haven't done anything. This one is okay. Extra utilities, we have the survival generator, so we'll gather up that one. Mechanism, nothing, and let's just have a quick look through these, see if there is anything that I have missed. Thermal expansion, nope. Advanced rocketry, environmental tech, I wish. Draconic evolution, I wish. And bragging rights, nothing there. So that is everything. We are now up to date on all of that. We can grab these loot chests and see what are in these. So in here we got a Tesla coil, okay. Don't particularly need that, but hey, never mind, we've got 2 of them. In here we've got overclocking upgrades. Okay, so we've got 12 of those. That's quite good actually, because that'll mean we don't have to build them. In here we have a block of fiery metal. Not great, we can make some stuff out of that, but not crazy stuff. And a heavy plated shield. So we can actually use this. I mean, it looks quite cool. So look. It does look cool. Proper riot shield. I like that. But it's not incredibly useful for now. I was hoping for building materials, containers, chests, that kind of stuff. The fiery metal. What can we do with this? Let's have a look at the recipes for this. We can make fiery ingots out of it, of course. And actually, it doesn't look like we can take it down back into... Ah yes, we can take it down back into fiery ingots. So, what can we make with the fiery ingots? We have 9 fiery ingots. This is the way you make it. That's the recipe for it. So if we have a look at the uses for it, we can make a fiery sword, fiery armor, fiery sword there, and that's it. In this, make slot upgrades, turn it into molten fiery. There's not at the moment a huge amount we can use for it, however it is part of the ultimate crafting for the ultimate ingot. So this looks like something we are going to keep for a while. So that will essentially go into this chest here and be forgotten about for a while. And I think now I want to take you over into my creative world to show you the building which we are going to put up over there. And I've had a real serious think about what I want to build and how I want to build it and kind of what I want to do. I've got a lot of gathering to do first of all, and you'll see why. I've got a lot of tree chopping to do, a lot of tree farming to do, which means I need to build this broad axe because that'll be really good for that. And then yeah, we'll meet you back in a minute in my creative world. So here we are over in creative, and I've got a lot of different builds over here that I've just pasted in basically, and I've been working through trying to work out what to add. As you can see here, this is from FTB Beyond. This is the building I created for Draconic Evolution. So we've got the big tier 8 power ball in there. With power in, power out. We use flux networks to get all the power in and out on there. I've got some from the SMP realm which I've been playing, so this is the spawn ship from the SMP world that I'm playing at the moment, which I've just added some of the immersive engineering stuff onto. Just trying to work out what I can take from vanilla and add into modded and change it up a bit. So we've got a nice modern house here. We've got, this is one I actually made myself, this house here. So I'll just have a look through this, because this is one which I am thinking about building as a more kind of Victoriana style red brick building. And it is like a workhouse, basically, not well, a factory house, not a workhouse, Victorian workhouse. So we've got 3 different floors. So we've got the attic eaves layer here. We've got this layer here, and this layer here, and then underground we have the basement here as well. And you can see on the outside I have raised this up. Didn't quite have enough space, so I had to drop down the basement level here. And so that's that one which I've been working on, and I think that one would work within the village once we get to a more kind of Victoriana style with the buildings in there. And where's the blacksmith as well? The blacksmith is one which I really did like. Over here, this is the one, because I have made inside here a tinker's smeltery, and we have the blast furnace, and we have the coke oven, and these two work perfectly well, just jumped up against each other like this. With the extra blocks on top, they fill in space quite nicely. And once we actually get rid of these and get to the advanced stuff, then we can take these out and have a 3x3 space or 3x6 space in there to put other things. And eventually this will become obsolete as well, and maybe we can put in some of the mechanism stuff in there when we get later on into that, and we can make it look a bit nicer. However, the one I want to build, the actual home I want to build, is this one here. And this, it looks really big. It is really big. But I want to build something really quite nice and big. And this is quite an imposing structure to be on the side of a lake. It really does look quite nice, and I think it's going to give us enough space to be able to do a lot of stuff in the beginning of the game, and it not just be all over the place. I'm sick and tired of, at the moment, living in a 5x5 tube. So I can go up further in the windmill, but something like this is going to give me plenty of space to be able to put machines around, to be able to put storage down, to be able to organise storage. And then up here we have even more space and a really nice kind of observatory room here. Now this has been labelled as a shop in the schematic of it, so I have changed it around slightly to add stuff into it. However, it's mostly the same as the schematic shows. We do have pretty much everything we're going to need for this, or at least we can get pretty much everything we're going to need for this, because it is just stone, wood, so it's mainly just this the oak wood and the oak slabs, oak fences. So it's mainly oak wood, a little bit of the spruce here. The glass we can get fairly easily, and the biggest thing would be, at least, the glowstone here for the lights. However, Nathan has said that he's gathered up a ton of glowstone, and we can use pretty much as much of it as we want. I think there's only about a stack, maybe a stack and a half, maybe at maximum 2 stacks in here. There is also, I've hollowed out the inside of this, so we have a little entranceway in to the side of a staircase here, and that goes into the basement area here. And this is a really nice big open space, huge open space, where we can put some of the more factory orientated stuff in here. So I'm tempted to do it in a way that we have the storage in here, or even up in here. So this is going to be just an open observatory room. This we can have some storage across here. We can have this as a big chest wall and this as a big chest wall. And then down here we can also have a lot of different storage in here as well. And then downstairs in the actual basement part, we can have more of the less medieval type stuff. Some of the building, or some of the factories, and all of the electronic devices and stuff down here. and that'll hide it out of the way. I have also thought, I don't know if I've got any anything built for this yet, but as a longer term goal for this season, I've been tempted to do something along the lines of a Stargate run. So in one of Nathan's episodes, he found a really nice pyramid which has a ton of spawners inside it, and here is the if you haven't seen it from Sebtech Ages, my Astral Sorcery Skybase, and so I'm tempted to rebuild this as well, and this would work with the Stargate stuff as well. So yeah, if you've seen Stargate, I love Stargate, absolutely love it. And Nathan found this the pyramid, and so that sets the scene really nicely for a desert Egyptian type run, with loads of builds around there, around that type of the Egyptian theme. And to bring the futuristic element into that, Stargate really does work quite well, and I think so does Astral Sorcery here. So I built this little thing down here which you can use to get up to the skybase with elevators, so you can get up and down here. So building something like this around the pyramid, maybe just inside the pyramid this would be, and then that would be above. So I really am tempted to do that because I really enjoyed building this, and it really didn't get used that much in Sebtech, and I'd really like to be able to use it in this pack. However, we are a long way off from building any of this, so I think first of all we should get on with building a much more simple base with relatively vanilla blocks, and yeah, that will be our starting point. I can actually start getting my storage stuff sorted because I'm sick and tired of living out of dump chests. So we are back on the server here, and to aid in all the gathering and everything I'm going to have to do for this, we're going to need to make the excavator and the broadaxe, which we got before from the loot. So I've made up Certis Quartz tough tool rods here, both exactly the same for all of these, which will give us elemental. Now I don't really know what elemental will actually give us, but it'll be interesting to find out. We have the large iron plates to give us some magnetic 2, and we have the copper tough binding to give us more XP as we're using them. So in the tool forge here we can make the broadaxe, so put all of that in, and we'll get our evil infused iron lumber axe. Sounds a bit weird, but we have elemental, evil aura, magnetic 2, and well established on that one. And then we can get the excavator, which we shove all of this in, and we have elemental, prosperous, magnetic 2, and well established on that. Now I'm hoping that this will actually give us some what is it, the prosperity shards. I'm hoping that's what that does. It doesn't really say that much, but we have how much on here? We have 906 durability on this one, and 1016 on this one. And on this one we had 1236. So that's pretty good. Mining level of Manilian with a 23 mining speed. So we've got decent enough tools now, and this steel electrum lead bone shuriken is coming along well. It is empty at the moment, but it does a decent amount of damage, and I do have 5 modifiers on it now, so I can actually make it unbreakable if we can get enough gold and obsidian and everything like that for that. Let's have a look how much the reinforcements actually take. So the reinforcements, how do you spell that? Reinforcement, there we go. Well, these are a bit annoying. They are sheet metal, gold sheet metal, dense obsidian plates, and gold item casing. These are just 4 gold plates, so they're okay. We can actually make them. I may try and get enough gold for that between episodes, so the next time we come back we will have a completely unbreakable steel shuriken, and that'll be good, because then that'll be our weapon that we upgrade throughout the season, and it'll basically be the only weapon we need pretty much. So I'm going to wait till morning, I think, and then I will head over to where we're actually going to be building. And I think I'm going to clear a bit of land around there, give ourselves a little bit of flat space to work with, and I will get the schematic in place where I want it, and we'll see you there. Okay, so this thing is actually a lot bigger than I thought it would be. If I turn around here, you can see it does fill up this place really quite well. However, I think for we're building slightly bigger buildings over here anyway, we're filling this out, and I think this lakeside manor, basically, that it's going to become, is quite fitting in a way. It works well with the size of the lake, at least. It's a nice size compared to the size of the lake, but you can see we are going to have to do a lot of terraforming around. If I go around there, I don't have flight at the moment. I do want to try and get an angel ring as soon as I possibly can, because that'll make things a huge amount easier here. But if we just head up over to here, we can see just the amount of space we do need to clear out, and I haven't really had a look behind it, see what we're going to need to do there. We've got a little pool here we're going to need to fill in, and other than that it's okay. And this actually forms quite a nice area here. If we don't take all of this out, we can actually have this naturally forming up to the walls here, so that will be okay there. And then we can have this naturally forming across to here. We don't need to take any of these trees out, and yeah, so it should be okay, I think. And over this side we've got a fair amount of this hillside to take down, but that'll be okay. And yeah, just looking at it, I quite like the placement of it, and it could go over this way just slightly a bit more, but I think having the entrance to it here, this will be the other staircase going down, that actually leads us down quite nicely into this valley, or this land bridge across between the two lakes there. So I think that is actually pretty much perfect placement for where it will be. So as you can see, that is one of the pillars. So this is going to be here where we go down. So it could actually come across, if I bring it in maybe one or two more. Bring it this way just slightly, and that will bring this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this would be the center of it here, and this one brings us down here, and it gives us a straight path all the way across to the rest of the village here. So we can have a straight, or at least a land all the way across in a straight line. So that's fine. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to start digging out some of this area around here. We've got the where is the entrance? Here's the entrance to the cave. So we've got materials down there we can use for the cobblestone. We can make a cobblestone quarry down there. I think I'd actually prefer digging out the cobblestone I need for this, rather than creating a cobblestone generator for it, because that just means extra storage that I need. And yeah, I'm trying to do this without using storage, or without using too much storage anyway. So the whole idea of this is so that I've got somewhere to put my storage. So I'm currently going around just taking out all of the trees. I've taken out most of them around the area, and we can see on the ground here, this is where the box is for where this building's going to be. So it's actually a lot bigger than I thought it would be, a huge amount bigger than I expected it to look. I don't know why, because I knew how big it was, but yeah, it's just come as a little bit of a shock just how big this thing is going to be compared to the rest of the landscape that's around here. However, I'm hoping that it is going to be good for moving forward, so I can actually make some bigger builds moving forwards as well. One of the reasons why I want to do this is because I've spent the last month or so working pretty much... I just got a prosperity shard. Oh, that's amazing. Okay, these prosperity shards are so important, because if we just have a look at these, in fact I can just have a look at the usages on this. So we go to the usages on this, makes block of prosperity, and we need 4 of them to make a base crafting seed. And this will allow us to get into mystical agriculture. And from mystical agriculture we can start making pretty much anything in the game out of plants. So we get mystical feathers, we get base essence ingots, and these are really important for a lot of other stuff. So yes, this which one is it? The Prudentium Iron Excavator is going to be our new best friend. Did we just get another one there as well? No. I don't know how rare they are. Yeah, so I've spent my last month or so on a vanilla server, and I'm planning on taking you over there actually to show you the builds which have inspired me. So I think next episode we might do that before coming back here to work on this, and I'll show you some of the big builds that have inspired me to really up my game in Minecraft and actually work out what kind of builder that I want to be, because it really has. It's basically taken over my life in January. It's one of the reasons why I haven't been on here, because there's been a huge amount to do on that server, and I've just started on there and trying to catch up, and I've caught up a lot to where I need to be, but I've also been very ill over January, and this server hasn't been working for me properly. So any time I haven't been able to get onto here, which has been most of the time, mainly because of my client, because of the Twitch launcher that I use, and because of my own internet, I haven't really been able to spend the time on this server that I've been wanting to do. However, now it seems like most of those problems are solved. Most of my own health issues are solved. Apart from my voice might sound still a little bit rough, as you can see. I've had a lot of problems with that over the last month or so, which has been a real shame. However, it seems to, for the most part, be done now. I've been collecting up all of this. I've got a few dump chests over here, which I'm dumping all of this into, because we're going to need a lot of resources to do this. And I'm going to keep an eye on how many prosperity shards we have. I'm going to take those back out of there, because I want to put those into my ender chest. I have a ender sack here, which is just portable ender chest, which means that if a creeper comes over here and does manage to blow any of this up, then we won't lose those rare, precious prosperity shards that we're going to need. So I've been digging out this place to where we can actually start building it, and it might look a bit strange at the moment, but it does make sense once you put the image back on. You see, I've dug out these little trenches here, I've dug out a big trench down here, and over the back here we've got a couple of little bits here which I've been taking down across here. And this is to take it down to a certain specific height where we can actually start working on it. And this big trench, and I've raised the ground up over here a bit as well. So if I put the thing back on now, if I show the actual schematic again, you can see I've raised it up just one more level so that we're on here, and we're going to put a jetty out onto the lake over here, straight out from here. And so that's why I've raised it up by one, so we can actually put legs down onto the jetty there. And then on around this side, we can see it best. I'm going to keep all of this in at the front, so this will stay here. That's why I've dug this trough here, which starts here, and so that we've got this. The front of it, you can all see, is too deep, so that's why we've raised it too deep there. And if I just take out these, that will claim that land as well. And so we've got the entire of the back of the outside of it claimed and ready to build on. You can see I've dug out the staircase here, the other staircase is dug out. Up here I've reclaimed a little bit of this land as well, and then there's just little bits like this just to take out, and I've been going around like this, just taking out little bits here and there, just so that we've got the outside shell of the building ready to build. And then when we actually come to it, if I take you back up around here, you can see that the actual height of the building is this tall. And so all of this space in here is actually going to be inside the basement area. And so we won't need to worry about that just yet. and we can actually do that later on. Once the building is up, we can clear all of that out and reclaim that land inside. So I'm just going to go over to my bed here and sleep. Very cool. I like the fact we've got really fast sleeping on here. So yeah, that is this building ready to go, but I think that's where I'm going to leave it for today, because I need to get my camera account set up on this server and opt on this server so that I can actually start doing some proper time lapses. I do have one more prosperity shard there, so we do have four prosperity shards now, which means we do actually have a single base essence seed, which we can then use to go on to further things with mystical agriculture. So we can actually start getting into that now, which is really nice. But yeah, I think that's where I'm going to leave it for today. This is what we're going to be working on, hopefully for the next few episodes, getting this all built up and then kitted out, and we'll see how it works in modded. So yeah, thank you very much for joining me today. If you did enjoy this episode, please leave a like, comment and subscribe on the video and to the channel, and I will see you next time. If you enjoyed this video, please consider supporting me by subscribing to the channel and liking and commenting on the videos. Thanks. See you next time.